Hi everyone, welcome back to Bus Life Crochet. My name is Yvonne, everyone calls me Taco, and this is our Thomas 1992 International School Bus that we are converting into a tiny home. We really love our bus, which is why we've pretty much named everything Bus Life, because that's the core of what we do. But that's really not why you guys are here. It may be a little bit of a draw, but you guys are here for the yarn. I know, you know, so let's just get to it. I will apologize for the lighting. I am trying a few new things right now. We've got a noon-ish sunlight coming in through the main door of the bus, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get my lighting done so that it's not all fuzzy. So here's crossing our fingers and hope we can get something right here. But yeah, this is going to be titled Fresh Off the Hook because I want to show you guys what just came off my hook. I just finished it last night. I got to sew in all the ends and put it all together. But I just finished a Waffle Stitch poncho. I got this pattern off of Ravelry. Well, I didn't get it off of Ravelry. I got it through Ravelry because they show you the pattern and then they send you to a website and you get it from the website. But I love Ravelry. They have thousands upon thousands of patterns. You can buy patterns. They have free patterns, which is, you know, my thing because, you know, we'd be broke. So anything where it's free, it's like, oh, I'm there. But yeah, I got the pattern off Ravelry. I really liked it. My cousin is probably in her 30s maybe by now, early 30s, late 20s, somewhere around there. I'm not quite sure, but she's got cerebral palsy, and when it comes to clothing herself, you know, anything with buttons or zippers are very difficult for her to deal with. So I wanted to make her something that she could take off and put on herself, that she wouldn't have to ask for too much help. That way, it just gives her that independence and that mobility that is so important to her mental well-being. So this one's for you, Misty Lynn. Went ahead and made it for you. She likes pinks and purples, so I went through my yarn stashes and basically found everything pink and purple that I had. And this is how it came out. I really like this stitch. It looks super complicated when you first see it. It's kind of intimidating, especially if you're like me. Even though I know what I'm doing when it comes to crochet, and I'm good at what I do, I'm still very much what I would consider a beginner because there's a lot of terminology that I don't know yet and a lot of stitches that I have no idea how to do. You know, crochet has hundreds of stitches, so, you know, it's kind of difficult to know them all. I mean, if you do, hey, bow down to you, crochet goddess, but for me, I'm still new to this. I'm still getting into it. So this one right here, it looked super complicated and complex, but when you break it down, it's literally just a double crochet and then front post double crochet twice, and then, you know, you alternate front double crochet, front post double, double, front post double, front post double, and it gives you this waffle stitch is what it's called. I'm going to try and get up close, that way you can see it. I don't want the light to bleach it out too much. But that is the waffle stitch. And you can see like the little collar right here. This is going to be the back end. That's what the back side looks like. And then this is the collar for the neckline. I made sure to make the collar very wide. My cousin used to have a tracheotomy, and she doesn't really like a lot of things around her neck, even though she hasn't had the trach since she was a child. The wound is still there, and it's just irritating. You don't want any itchiness or anything like that. So I kind of made sure that the neck hole is very large. That way she can wear it very comfortably, and it doesn't give her any issues. Let me go ahead and jump into the type of yarn that I used. Like I said, I did go through my yarn stashes and just kind of threw a bunch of yarn together that I had. I did make sure that it was all Lion Brand yarn. If you are going to do a kind of haphazard project like this, make sure to at least make that all the yarn comes from the same company, because you want the quality of yarn to all be the same. You know, you don't want to start off with a Lion Brand and then switch to a Red Heart or a Walmart or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with Red Heart or Walmart. They all have their place. but when it comes to the feel of the fabric, of the yarn itself, you're gonna tell the difference on your skin, and that's gonna be really annoying, especially to people like me who just get annoyed by every little thing. You know, that's really is gonna bug you. So be forewarned, if you're gonna stick with the type of yarn, make sure to stay with that kind of yarn as much as you can throughout the project. I do apologize for the nasally thing. I got kind of a head thing going on right here, so it makes my voice a little, I guess, deeper than it's supposed to be. I don't really know, because I don't really understand how I sound the way I sound. Have you ever done that? You ever hear a recording of yourself, you know, your voice or something like that, and be like, hey, that's not me. Yeah, it is you. You just don't hear it right. So, you know, my dad used to tell me a story about how he heard himself on a recording, and he's like, man, who's that Mexican on there? And it's like, that's you, Cedro. He was like that. He's very funny. Anyway, back to the yarn. So the first yarn that I used is by Lion Brand. Of course, they're all by Lion Brand. This one is called Just My Stripe. Let me see if I can get it to not bleach out. I've got so much light in here. Okay, there he is. Just My Stripe. Now, think about Just My Stripe. I loved this yarn. This yarn was one of my very first yarns that I ever ordered, like a big girl, from the website. Full price, I might say. But it was a very proud day. I got online, I got onto the internet, and ordered my very first skein of yarn from lionbrand.com, and it was Just My Stripe. I loved it. It's a medium weight 4. It's 100% acrylic. It's a very nice yarn. Even though it is not a premium acrylic, it feels like a premium acrylic. It's super soft. As Crystal from Bag A Day Crochet says, it's very scarfable. It's really nice yarn. I am very upset that Lion Brand has discontinued this yarn, unfortunately. So if you find Just My Stripe on the shelves, grab it, hoard it, because it's not coming back, unfortunately. I used the color Cotton Candy, which was this pink. Now, if you look, I'm going to show you right here. This pink right here that goes from the light down here. Oh, wait, right there. The light to the darker pink up here. That's Just My Stripe. And that's what it does. It stripes, obviously. That's why they call it Just My Stripe, because it's a striping yarn. And it's super cute. I made my mom a shawl out of this Cotton Candy Just My Stripe, and she wears it around the house all the time. And she looks super cute in it. So if you can get a hold of it, and you can get enough to finish a project, I would definitely recommend it. It is a very nice yarn. They do come in cakes. They do not come in skeins or hanks, which is super nice, because I prefer to work all of my projects through cakes. I find it easier to fit in my yarn bag. I have a yarn bag right here. If I can, I'm not prepared. I'm never prepared. This is my yarn bag. I got it from Happily Hooked. It was a gift for getting a year subscription. My dad bought me right before he passed away. He bought me a subscription for my birthday. And it's Happily Hooked Crochet Magazine. It's an online magazine. They gave you the bag and a set of hooks for free, which was super nice. And if you notice, it's got the little holes at the top, so you can put your cakes in there and then just put the yarn through the hole, and you never have to worry about your yarn rolling away. Mine love to just roll away from me, especially considering I sit on a bus, right? This is where I do most of my work. Right there is the stairwell to the door, so at any moment I can tug on that string a little too hard and that sucker's going flying, you know what I'm saying? And then it's down at the bottom of the steps, and then my cat decides it wants to eat it, and it's wackiness ensues. So I prefer to use the yarn bag. It's really great whenever I'm out and about walking around. Like, I like to bring my stuff when I go to the doctor and stuff, and I just kind of hook it on my wrist right here, and I can walk and do whatever. It's awesome. It's mobile. If you have not checked out Happily Hooked Crochet Magazine, they are an online magazine. You do a yearly subscription. It's extremely affordable. It's wonderful. They have amazing patterns that they put out in their magazines, And they do have a Facebook page, so if you do something from their magazine and put it up on their Facebook page, then your picture gets pulled into their next magazine. So that was super excited to see my work up in someone's magazine. My dad would have been extremely proud in that moment to see that. I know I was proud. So I'm sure he was looking down on me like, that's my girl. But yeah, it was super awesome. So check it out, Happily Hooked. Wonderful magazine, great people that run it, you know, all that fun stuff. Oh, by the way, I am not affiliated. No one pays me to say this stuff. I say it because that's my opinion. You know, no, if you want to pay me, you are more than welcome to pay me. I'm always looking for some, you know, just kind of, but they're not paying me for my opinion. That's for free. Okay, so second yarn. Oh wait, no, we're not finished with just my stripe. We're not done. Let's see. Here's the deets, okay? It was 3 ounces, which is 85 grams. That equals out to 177 yards, which is 162 meters for you people across the pond. It's a medium 4 weight, so you use a 5 millimeter. Now, my pattern for this called for a 5.5. And, I mean, real easy. 5.5, you know, that's usually standard. It is 100% acrylic, like I said, but it is not premium acrylic, but it feels like it, which was super awesome. And it is machine washable and dryable. Now, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second here, people. Just because it says you can wash it in the machine does not mean you should wash it in the machine. Did you hear that? Here, let me say it again. Let me say it again, okay? Just because you can does not mean you should. And that's kind of a life lesson for a lot of things. But honestly, if it's handmade, then it should be hand washed, regardless of what the care says on the little paper, okay? Because we spend hours pouring our heart and soul into these pieces. You know, we give a little bit of ourselves every time we do one. We take time away from our loved ones just so that we can create these pieces of art for you, because that's what they are. They're pieces of art, and they're pieces of ourselves. And when you take that and you put it in the washing machine and in the dryer, and then it falls apart, and then you'll get mad at us because it's like, well, why did your stuff fall apart? Well, why did you put it in the washer? So please, 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 please save your fellow yarn artists, and don't machine wash it. Just hand wash it. It's not that big of a deal. You put it in a bowl, you whoosh it around in some soapy water, you rinse it out, you hang it out, and you're done. You know, you're done. It's not that hard to do. So, okay, that's it. I'm off my soapbox. Yes. So, just my stripe. Really, really awesome yarn. Now, one thing I did not pay attention to was the next 2 types of yarn that I used. As you can tell, I striped it. So, like, the first stripe is right here. Here, I'm going to turn it around. Okay, I've got the Just My Stripe right here. Came out really, really good. Okay, the next one I did was Basic Stitch. This purple. Beautiful purple. I absolutely love this purple. And with all this lighting in here, you can actually see it, which was super good because I was trying to do this last night in the dark and it looked black. But look how pretty that purple is. Like, let me see if I can get it into the camera. I'm not good. I'm not a camera person, so this is, you know. But yeah, beautiful purple, okay? The next one I used was called Raspberry. Basic Stitch, Raspberry, okay? It's pink. I don't get why they get in the name Raspberry. Raspberries are normally red, not pink, but whatever. But see, look, pretty pink, right? Right? Now tell me why. If they're both, if you look at the tags, they're both 100 gram balls, 3.5 ounces. Tell me why I got only that much in the purple and that much in the pink. I'm talking, I've got 12 rows in the purple and 22 rows in the pink. But they're both supposed to be 100 gram balls. Why, you ask? I'll tell you. Because the purple is Basic Stitch anti-pilling. And the pink is Basic Stitch Premium. Now, I did not see that. I didn't know that there was a difference. And when I saw 100 grams, I'm like, hey, that'll work perfect. Until I read the yardage. The yardage for the anti-pilling is 185 yards, which is 170 meters. And the premium is 219 yards, which is 200 meters. So people, pay attention to your tags. Don't do like me, because then you end up with one line at the end in a random boysenberry, because I couldn't find any more pink or purple. Like, I went through look at this, every single one I could find. I finished it up. I had no more. So I had to do the rest in just my stripe, what I had left, and then I had one line. I had 6 rows that I had not completed, and I needed that 6 rows, so I had to use a boysenberry. Now, thankfully, that boysenberry does go very, very well with these pinks and purples. It ties it all together, and I'm happy with the way it came out. But I am yelling at myself for not paying attention to my tags, because normally I pay attention to those kind of things. So let me go ahead and tell you some details about these yarns. The anti-pilling, we'll get on that one first. Excuse me. Like I said, it's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, which comes out to 185 yards or 170 meters. It is 100% acrylic, a medium 4 weight, so you use 5 to 5.5 millimeter, you know, machine washable and dryable, whatever. In a purple, that's what they call the color. Now, it is anti-pilling. If you do not know what anti-pilling means, that means that, oh God, how can I explain? Okay. You ever had a sweater and you take it out the dryer and it's got all those little balls on it, little fuzz balls that you got to kind of get that shaver to take off, because if not it snags everywhere? That's pilling, okay? And you really don't want that in your projects, because the more it peels like that, the more fabric, the more fiber comes out of the yarn, the more it wears down. So if you can get the anti-pilling yarn, it's really a very good yarn to get for wearable items, things that move and brush on things, because the more it moves, the more those fibers get pulled out if it's not anti-pilling. Anti-pilling is very, very good. And if you notice, it has the halo. I don't know if y'all can see that in the camera. It has the halo, but nowhere near as much as the pink, which I really, really liked, you know. It was super nice, super soft, and it worked very well for what I wanted, but unfortunately, it did not measure up in length as opposed to the Basic Stitch Premium. I thought Basic Stitch, you know, Basic Stitch, same stitch. Hey, it should be the same stuff. It is not the same stuff. So, like I said, watch, be careful, be diligent, and you should be fine. The next one was the raspberry, and I think I told you all that stuff. It's still the 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, came out to 219 yards or 200 meters, machine washable and dryable. And it's 100% premium acrylic. It's the fancy stuff. It's the premium acrylic, which really is just super soft. Like, it's softer than your normal acrylic, which I really like whenever I'm doing wearables, and it is not as stiff. Now, when you are working the yarn, you will notice a difference in the tension that you use because it's not as stiff. With a stiffer yarn, you don't have to use as tight as a tension as you would with a premium acrylic. Premium acrylic's really, really soft. Like, if you've ever tried Caron Simply Soft, that stuff is super soft, and you have to really hold that tension, because if not, your loops and knots and all that stuff will be super loose and it won't look right. Yeah, so Basic Stitch Premium, Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling, and just my stripe. Those were my fun deets there. And this is what it came out to be. I'm super excited about this project. I can't wait to send it off. I can't wait to get some pictures with her wearing it. I'm going to have to put those up on my Instagram and my Facebook page when I get them. Hopefully I can get this out to her before we lose the winter weather. We're down here in south of the U.S. I'm in Texas, they're in Louisiana, and we get winter for about a week and a half. So I'm hoping that the cold weather hasn't passed totally so she can actually get a chance to wear it. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys one more look. I really like the collar. Kind of just hangs off like that. All fashionable. But yes, what you do in this pattern is you basically just make a rectangle, right? Just a long rectangle, and then you fold it in half, and then you stitch up half of the top side, and you leave the open neck, and then there's your poncho. It's like the simplest poncho pattern I've ever thought about. When I was thinking about how I'm going to do a poncho, I'm like, how would you do a poncho? Do you just do it with the little neck hole? Do you make the neck hole? You know, like, it was definitely something that I was trying to figure out, and thankfully I got on Ravelry. If you have not tried Ravelry, definitely check it out. I will be leaving a link to this pattern specifically in the description box below this video so that you know. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I ate some grits before this, so I do apologize. But this is what you come to see. You come to see all the awkwardness and the inappropriate behavior that I can't stop because, you know, it's who I am. So that's where you're here for. But yes, wonderful poncho. Really loved the waffle stitch. Definitely going to try it again on a few other projects. And we'll see, you know, we'll see what comes up next. That's fresh off the hook for today. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you liked what you see here. You know, a lot of goofiness, a lot of awkwardness, and we're going to do our best with this quality of video. I've got a nice camera. I don't know why it's recording like this. But you know what? We'll figure it out eventually. Go ahead and press the bell if you want to get notifications on when I put videos up. I put them up super random because I've got 2 kids. So, and they're real young kids, so they don't care that mommy's got to do a YouTube video. They want chicken nuggets now. Like, that's the stage we're at right now. So that priority always comes first. But yes, thank you again. Follow me on all the other social media sites. I've got, I always want to say I've got YouTube first, but I'm on YouTube. I've got Facebook. I've got Instagram. I've got Twitter. I'm not really big on those, but I've got them, and I do put stuff up every once in a while. So go ahead and follow me on those if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. I've got, what do I got coming up? Ooh, I got tutorials. Yes. Okay, so everybody does tutorials in a specific way. They always want to show you how to do something, whereas my tutorials are going to show us how to do something, because I'm not going to know how to do it while I'm showing you. It's going to be interesting. We're going to learn together. It's the only thing I could think to do, because there's a lot of stuff out there that I have no idea how to do, and I want to learn. And when I'm learning, my husband's usually sitting right here laughing at my crazy antics while I'm trying to learn something, and he keeps telling me, you should really record that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some tutorial videos coming up, and we are going to learn together. So go ahead and stick around for that. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm going to stop rattling on, and we'll see you guys next time. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.